What up, y'all? I know the last time we was here, we was talking about ancestral healing, healing the DNA reprogramming, and healing our traumatic wounds. One of the things I want some of us to understand in that space is it is noted that everybody will not heal the same. So, with that being said, some of us have to get into the space of understanding that we're going to have to decolonize our approach to healing. What does that mean, right? Why did I say decolonize our approach to healing? Because some of us are going to be called back to understanding our ancestral path and the things that our ancestors did to heal, and that won't all look the same. Some of you may be even called back to move into ancestral places that you stem from specifically. Um, some of you have already been getting the call to visit those places or return to those places, even in spirit. Some of you maybe even feel the need to let your voice open up, to sing, to express, to some of you may be called to make things, to cook, to pick up an ancestral hobby, or to find yourself in spaces to where you're talking about things that you may have heard about from your family, or things that your family may have done, and that's a part of your healing too. That's a part of your healing journey too. Especially as you reprogram your DNA and you heal in the space of your ancestral lineage, is going to all draw those things out that are going to bring you close to feeling more pride and more joy in what flow through you, right? Because remember, we are the sum of prayers. There was an equation in the timeline of this timeline that you're in, that was answered in your birth. And because of that, you're going to actualize a lot of the things that you felt called to do. And it may not all look the same, and it may feel weird starting out. It may feel like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I now listening to more of this type of music? Or why am I, this is old. Why am I listening to this old music? That's those spaces within you that we were talking about. Those are those things. That's those things coming into the light. Um, when you give yourself permission to heal alongside yourself and your ancestors collectively, then you honor that part of yourself that you've written off with a colonized mindset. Um, quick story. One of the things I learned was from an elder, um, when I when I last seen them walking around Mexico, Mexico City, um, and speaking to them. They reminded me of how important it is to dance away, or to dance in the way of our joys and our sorrows. And the way that they worded that to me, like the way they explained it to me, is to not forget that the expression of all that you are and all that you have been and all that came before you is there for all of the things that you're going through, and not just a piece of the things. A lot of the times we we associate these things with a type of feeling, or a type of a type of scenario. Um, One of those things being like, for instance, a Sunday dinner, right? So, in my particular family, both sides actually, um, Sunday dinners were important, but it wasn't. But now we take, so many of us take, that had that same thing. We take feeling the need first to have those instead of just having them, and letting whatever that need to be, because that was place, that was community isn't just community for one type of emotion. Community is community for all things, right? So when we're in the space of coming together and healing together and growing together, um, that reminded us that we weren't alone, right? But modern ideology or is centered around isolation for everything, and that's not exactly the truth. So when you're healing in the space of um, reprogramming your DNA and connecting to the healing from your ancestors, um, they also place over you the people, places, and things that connect you to who you are too. You just have to listen. You just have to listen and pay attention. It's going to be all of the signs are going to be around you. They're going to show up and show you those next places. It's going to feel like a pull, like you won't be able to explain it all away. But just know that there's going to be more of that happening in this time, this year. And I talked about it with my sisters that this year is a very ancestral year. So spend time for those that remember. Some of our elders had things like prayer closets and prayer cloths, or and you don't necessarily. I'm not saying you have to do all of that, but I'm just saying there's a reason why sacred places and sacred things and sacred garments, and why all of that made sense to them. Um, and some of us will be returning back to that, and of course, for those that are in the midst of their healing, and for those that are wanting to learn more about that, um, maybe I'll do a live here soon, or where we can get together and you can just ask some questions about that. Um, yeah. Until next time. Talk soon.